It's a beautiful day here. I have an appointment this afternoon. I'm gonna remove the stitches. I had to pull a tooth out. Yeah, it was 20 plus years ago that I got my first cavity. I liked very much sweets. I used to have sweets all over the place. In the drawers in my bedroom, I used to have sweets in my car. I used to carry sweets in my pockets. Too much sweets cause cavities. Also, insulin resistance. Luckily, I never got that. But cavities, I got a lot. I got plenty of cavities. Funny, nobody ever explained to me that too much sweets cause cavities. Nobody explained it to me. Ever. Something I had to learn. Anyway, this tooth that I just had to pull kind of got rejected by the body. That's how I see it. Got rejected literally. The tooth already been treated 3 times. It was the first cavity I've ever had. It was a massive cavity. The tooth literally empty from the inside. Once the exterior collapsed, there was already a void inside. So the dentist back then, he used lots of material, that dark material, black material. I looked in the mirror and I only saw a big black thing in that that encompassed most of the tooth. Fast forward a decade, the tooth cracked again, and that dark material got you know um, got moving. It started moving. So I had to treat it again. The dentist decided back then to just glue a piece of ceramic. So I had a piece of ceramic for 10 years up until now, piece of ceramic. So I experienced the first toothache a couple of months ago. I never had experienced it before, although I had many cavities. But I never experienced toothache. This was the first time, and so I took some pills and stuff. But the tooth got literally rejected. There was a couple of options there. I chose to remove the tooth because even if they did a root canal, the ceramic was not going to survive. So they had to do a root canal, fill the tooth, after the drilling, fill the tooth with whatever, and then maybe had to fix it or put a new, ceramic. So it's going to become extremely expensive for a piece of dead material. I was like, just pull it out. I mean, we'll see what happens. I was thinking, a couple of weeks ago, I was thinking about an implant. And then I did some research about implants and stuff. And not everybody, but sometimes inflammation happens. Even years after the implant, inflammation just comes out of nowhere. The gums, just get, really, really irritated. And I'm like, is this like an allergic reaction to the titanium or something? What's going on here? So we'll see. I was thinking about the implant. Now I don't feel like it at all after what I saw. No, a high carb diet, a high sweet diet, it causes cavities. It causes your jaw, your bone literally to recede. There was these cases of these vegetarians was their gums was receding and the teeth was you know dangling in their mouths literally, because the bone was being used by the body. When you don't consume nutrients and minerals, the body will use what it has as you know will consume itself, so to speak. And I find it incredible that there are some beliefs out there, that say that the body doesn't assimilate nutrients or minerals, that we are born with a certain amount of nutrients and minerals, and we'll lose them as we go along in life. It's called aging. And no matter what you do, you'll never replenish those or replace them. So in their theory, whatever we eat just resonates with what we already have. Yeah, just resonates. And if you lose it, you'll never be able to replace it. I don't believe that at all. We don't produce nutrients or minerals. We have to consume them. We produce hormones, by the way, and other stuff. But nutrients and minerals, we have to you know consume them. And the most bioavailable, and not just bioavailable but also assimilatable nutrients and minerals come in the form of meat. There's no doubt in that. So because plants, they also have nutrients and minerals in lower quantity, but are they assimilatable? That's the question. The body doesn't assimilate them for the most part, because what plants contain lots of what anti-nutrients. It contains these chemicals that literally block they block you from accessing the nutrient. It's incredible. Literally block you. So you can add some fat to your soup, and the fat activators might help the body assimilate some of the nutrients from vegetables. Only in that case. But you have to cook, you have to become a chemist almost, and you have to have fat. But anyway, I just find it amazing. Look around you. Everything everywhere is consuming. Nothing really gets destroyed, I would say. It just changed shape, you know. But to sustain this existence, we need to eat. We need to consume. Everything is fighting for that. Everything. I don't know. Some people go into these restrictive diets, you know, and I mean, I've met people like that. It's really scary because they are so starving, they are so hungry, but their conviction, their religion, their beliefs just don't let them eat, then don't let them consume, and they are stressed and starved, and that's what the message when they talk to you, that's what the impression and the message they give to you when they're talking to you. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I felt like helping them, and I'm like, but I'm not a doctor, I'm not a specialist in anything. But anyway, There's some crazy religions out there, like that Kellogg guy. He had this idea, everybody should be vegetarian and stuff. He even came up with his own types of foods, all processed, stuff, and people still consume those things in the morning. Ugh. Weird religion. Anyway, I think I'm gonna shut up now. Have a nice day.